this is a game that a lot of people have had circled on their calendars when the 2013 MasterCard Memorial Cup combatants were finally announced. And we are going head-to-head with the two top teams in the CHL rankings. The Halifax Mooseheads in red, Portland Winterhawks representing the Western Hockey League in white. We talked a lot about the top lines for both teams. Neither one out there right now. A couple of third lines going head-to-head.
Yeah, I think both teams want to exert a little physical presence. I mean, that's not going to be the telltale between these two hockey clubs, but there is an area where one team can get an edge, and that would be it.
Stéphane Fournier, forecheck in on Tyler Wotherspoon. Got a good hit in. Here's Adam Deschamps, number 11 for Portland. He was second in the Western Hockey League in penalty minutes. Pass in front of the net. Oliver Bjorkstrand, he was the rookie leading scorer in the Western Hockey League this year. He's 27 for Portland. And here's Nathan McKinnon. Of course, he wears number 22. He's out there with Jonathan Drouin, number 27, and Martin Furt, number 91. These three are dynamic. Top three scorers in the QMJHL playoffs. And there's the first test for Zachary Fucali, and he had no problems. Keys to the game tonight brought to you by Irwin Tools, the makers of Vice Grip Groove Lock Pliers. Invite you to celebrate National Tradesman Day on September 20th.
Well, the Portland Winterhawks top four defensemen, Pouliot and Rutkowski, and you got Seth Jones and Wotherspoon. Those guys are not only good in their own end, but they move pucks extremely well to that top-end, high-end forward group. And for the Halifax Mooseheads, yeah, it's Drouin and McKinnon, but I think the supporting cast is really key here when it comes to Fur, Fournier, Ashley, McCauley. Those guys are going to have to support the young guys here.
Well, this is top line against top line. Here's Jonathan Drouin to Nathan McKinnon. He had a step behind the defense, but couldn't get a shot on goal. Troy Rutkowski, the captain of the Winterhawks. Pass moved ahead to Ty Ratty. Trey Lewis moved it away from him. Rutkowski jumps into the play, gets it into the corner where Ty Ratty comes up with it. Ratty had 20 goals during the Western Hockey League playoffs. Derek Pouliot down low to Nick Patan. He drops it off for Brandon Leipsic. Some good speed in the offensive zone for the Portland Winterhawks. Leipsic back behind the net. There's Patan. Patan and Leipsic both had 120 points during the regular season. They know how to find the net. Jonathan Drouin, this is the end of a shift for this Halifax top line. He'll dump it in and head to the bench.
Good burst early on, but these are two hockey clubs. They want to play up and down style of game. They don't want to get into a half-court game. These two teams want to track meet, and this game should really be like a tennis match tonight.
Ryan Falkenham moves the pass in front. Andrew Ryan chasing after it. Comes to Brett Andrews, and he fires it right on. Mac Carruth makes that save, and right away, Mac Carruth. If you're a fan of the Portland Winterhawks, you've seen that. He's not afraid to get in the face of opponents.
Yeah, and when it comes to Carruth, he's a guy who's really matured over the last couple of years. I've watched him here with Portland, and he used to be able to really get in his kitchen, crash the crease, snow him once in a while. Just give him a little bang on the stick, the pads, the gloves. Well, he has learned really to deal with that, and how he has transferred that energy of violence into now chirping, and that seems the best way for him to get through guys continually coming at him in the crease.
And this will be icing off the faceoff for Portland, so the faceoff will come back into the Winterhawk zone.
Seth Jones, an amazing story. When Colorado was won in the lottery, the first overall pick, everyone thought this was going to be a storybook ending for a guy who grew up loving the game there. His father, Popeye, of course, playing basketball in the Denver area. Joe Sakic teaching Jones how to play. And it just seems too good to be true with Colorado having the first overall pick at the upcoming National Hockey League draft.
Well, Jones is out there now, number 3 for Portland, as they bring it into the Halifax Moosehead zone. Fucali will play it along the boards. Puck moved ahead to Luca Ciampini. This is a line that has to produce for Halifax. They all had over 25 goals, over 70 points during the regular season. It's Ciampini, number 48, along with Darcy Ashley, 17, and Matthew Boudreau, 57. Paul Bittner, low shot. Fucali steers out of sight. Here's Bjorkstrand now. He's from Denmark. Terrific rookie campaign. Ashley chips it ahead. Boudreau will start things out for Halifax. Now he's got to head to the bench.
Couldn't agree more with you, RJ, about that second line, and that's another part of the supporting cast we talked about that's going to be key for Halifax.
3 Winterhawks in on this. Pouliot tried to jump into the rush. He's got to hurry and get back. He is back. Paradise Newfoundland's Andrew Ryan. He can't get around the defense. Puck wrapped around. Brendan Duke tips in. Puts it on goal. Caruth steered that aside with his right pad. Brendan Duke, one of 3 players from Cole Harbour. Of course, that was made famous by Sidney Crosby, and it continues to be a hockey factory.
Pretty amazing that Nathan McKinnon is from that same spot and having the opportunity over his first couple of years to play at home right in Halifax.
Stephen McCauley, the other one, he's number 81, heading to the front of the net. Open Fournier can get him the puck. Fournier dealing with Rutkowski, the wraparound, and Caruth had the short side cover. Stefan Fournier doing some good work down low. Tried to get it in front. Rutkowski didn't allow that to happen. Now Duke's back. It's a 2-on-1. To Champlain. Has Peters going to the front of the net, and he couldn't make the pass. Now Baker's in front. He missed the net. Baker had a little bit more time than he thought. McKinnon comes in to drop him up a little bit. Now he comes out of the corner. McKinnon throws another hit on Baker. All alone in front of the net was Peters, and that's pretty good rebound control by Fucale to kick it away so Peters couldn't get to it.
He's just so calm back there. He wasn't fazed one bit by Peters being right in his grill with no one else around him. He just kicked it off into a safe area.
Here's Seth Jones, pass right on the tape of Nick Patan. Patan zips in over the line, gets it to Ty Ratty, off the post. The rebound is covered by Fucale. Oh, Ty Ratty can rip it, and he just missed.
Halifax power play gets to go to work now. Dominic Ducharme, an interesting study in his own right. Played at the University of Vermont with Eric Perrin, Tim Thomas, Marty St. Louis, and then went and played overseas for 7 years where he got the coaching bug.
Well, so much to be excited about with this matchup, including special teams. Halifax was second in the regular season and the postseason in the QMJHL. The penalty kill for Portland was number 1 in both the regular season and postseason. Konrad Albitshauser, overage defenseman, big German import. Number 10 for Halifax. He'll play a lot. One humanitarian of the league in the QMJHL, one of the nicest guys.
Got a London look to it, this power play with 4 forwards out there.
Stefan Fournier, he's number 74. He is a force in front of the net. Led this team with 16 power play goals this season. Got a stick on it, check from McKinnon. Missed the net. Albitshauser, he pinches in from the point. Portland's able to get the puck. Seth Jones fires it down the ice. Under a minute to go in this Halifax power play. Aggressive play by Leipzig. Mackenzie Weegar maybe didn't expect that quick attack. And now Leipzig will have to hurry and try to get back. Pass ahead to Ciampini. He leaves it for Drouin, and now it's a turned over puck. Leipzig has plenty of time to make a play over to Tyler Wotherspoon, and he'll be in no rush. What a high one on Fucale. Stephen McCauley. One word could describe McCauley, and that's winner.
4 straight President's Cup trophies. This is his 3rd MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Nick Patan hooked up. Penalty coming up. Walks in, misses up high. And there will be a penalty to Halifax, an interference call coming up, and we got a pretty good indication of why Portland had the number 1 penalty kill, and they are dangerous offensively too while shorthanded.
Yeah, some up-ice pressure, and I think that's fooled Halifax just a little bit. Good opportunity early on with Fournier, and just a beautiful feather pass in by Drouin, and as the puck goes back up ice, they try to feed it back. We saw this in a game last night where Duncan Siemens turned it over. That led to a London goal. In this situation, it's Mackenzie Weegar who can't handle the back pass, and then as a result, has to commit the infraction. But Nick Patan, I like the way he fought through that check there to draw the penalty.
14 seconds to go, 4-on-4. Portland controlling through a screen. Fucale stopped that puck. Austin Hardy able to get it to center. Seth Jones sets things up in his own zone. Takes a look up at the clock. He had time to do it. Ty Ratty's back on the ice. He'll stay out there and join this power play. In fact, he'll head to the bench and stay with his line mates. That's the number 1 unit for the Portland Winterhawks. But Leipzig and Patan out there killing a penalty. Previously, they need a bit of a breather.
Back to Caruth, that's ready as that puck's dumped in. He thought he might be able to catch Halifax in the change.
Seth Jones head up through center, finds Chase Dalio. Elio stops in the corner. Brendan Duke bumps with him. Albitshausen wraps it around. Jones keeps it in. Derek Pouliot, first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Moves it back to Jones. He winds. No shot. Quickly in front of Bjorkstrand, and he missed the net. Halifax sends it down. 55 seconds to go in the Portland power play.
Both teams look a little tentative on their power play. I mean, so successful. Both of them were throughout the course of the regular season. Not a lot of urgency on Halifax's part. More urgency on Portland's part, but really not doing a good job managing the puck.
Mac DeRouche comes out to play, and he gives it away. Almost put it in his own net. Fournier tried to get it in front and give Andrews a chance at the open cage. Oh, boy, that was a little slippery.
Christmas in May.
Nick Petan. He'll wait, make sure everybody gets in position. Leipzig tries the cross-ice pass. Now he bangs away short side. Fucali didn't let it past him. Bouncing puck, Trey Lewis trying to get that thing to settle so he can shoot it. Now he'll chip it to the line. Pouliot chips it past him. Halifax unable to get it out. The stick of Caruth warning his teammates. Penalty's about to expire. Uyghur's back on the ice. The Mooseheads kill off the penalty. Matan from Delta, BC. Big pass. He had spotted Rutkowski trying to go in, but Halifax, with some good sticks, prevented that pass from getting through. There's one to Martin Burke. Burke, property of the Detroit Red Wings. He gets knocked down by Wotherspoon. In front of the net was Drouin. That's not the guy you want to leave wide open in front.
Normally he knocks that puck down. It was about 6 inches off the ice, and most times he'll knock that thing down.
Skates away from Taylor Peters. Just past the midway part of this first period. Halifax, the QMJHL champs. Portland, the WHL champs. Still no score. Drouin puts one in deep. Peters back there, gives it to his defenseman, Wotherspoon. Waiting along the boards is Taylor Lear, and the puck's out, and Taylor Lear's leading the rush with his 27 goals during the regular season.
Yeah, really good player, Philadelphia draft pick.
Bjorkstrand, he's had a couple of passes in the middle, but just couldn't pull the trigger that time. Lear coming back to break that play up and get possession back to the Winterhawks.
A lot of subtleties in Lear's game. You see him come back there, neutral zone interception, and that helps Portland regain possession.
Caruth out to play it again. This time a little more gusto on the pass. Elio, low shot, kicked out in front, and Fucali was able to make the first save, and he stopped Oliver Bjorkstrand too.
A little thing for the World Juniors.
Shots starting to really heavily favor Portland here. That's their 11th of this first period. Halifax has had just 5, but Zach Fucali's been sharp.
Right off the draw, it's Portland who gains possession, and then from a pretty good spot between the dots and a little high, Fucali has to follow that shot through, and there's no question he's athletic. Really liked his glove hand, but it's his calmness that everyone really appreciates.
A couple of veterans on the draw here. Stephen McCauley, Taylor Peters, 2 over 18. McCauley wins that draw. He'll start things out from his own zone. McCauley picking up speed, takes it from his skate, tried to dump it past Pouliot. Now McCauley has it. Fournier behind the net. Turn feed to McCauley in front and calmly broken up by Derek Pouliot. Portland on a change. That gives Trey Lewis some time.
Starting to become an area of danger for the Halifax Mooseheads, that cross-ice pass.
Hot movement by this top line by Portland. Ty Ratty couldn't get a shot away. Big bounce on the puck. Pouliot couldn't face him. Petan in front. That shot was well wide. Trey Lewis was willing to block it.
He got a piece of Lewis. He's a warrior out there for Halifax.
Brandon Leipzig, we're getting a pretty good glimpse why Leipzig, Petan, and Ratty were the top 3 scorers in the Western Hockey League. Top to contain.
350 points. Top 3 leaders in the Western Hockey League, and that's just the 3rd time that's happened in the history of the league.
And Halifax will relieve the pressure. Won't get a change in, but they'll take the whistle. Well, top scorers brought to you by Fram Filters. Participate in the Fram and Prestone Drive for the Cup hockey bracket. Visit www.driveforthecup.ca.
Despite not playing Game 7 for the Barrie Colts, Mark Scheifele still leading the way with 41 points. Brady simply amazing in the playoffs for Portland, moving down to Durant, Burke, and McKinnon. Pretty talented group of players there, including some really good draft eligible.
Brendan Duke being forechecked by Taylor Lear. Austin Hardy wraps it around hard. Drouin can't stop it. Seth Jones rolling puck. He couldn't get a shot. Lear in tight quarters along with Bjorkstrand, but it's Burke who comes up with it, moves it ahead to Drouin. Jonathan Drouin stops, finds the trailer. That's Albethauser. He's got an offensive flair as far as defensemen go. He was fifth in the QMJHL in defenseman points. Albethauser, 6'5", knocked it down at center, but now stolen by Bjorkstrand. Shot was blocked by Brendan Duke. Drouin trying to control along the boards. Lear steals it in a sea of Halifax Mooseheads, and the Mooseheads take it away. Albethauser. Martin Burke. His line mates are changing. He'll let Conrad Albethauser jump into the fight. Wotherspoon, second-round pick to the Calgary Flames. Halifax has to wait till they get back on side. Here's Wotherspoon again. Pass up the middle. That's picked off by Ashley. Brian Falkenham, he gives it away. Seth Jones spins away. Gives it to Wotherspoon again. Jones knocks one down. Good eye-hand coordination. Right back to the top line for Portland. This is Nick Patan ahead to Wotherspoon. Ratty's out there, and now Leipzig's on the ice. Wotherspoon, sharp angle. Pucali stopped it. Mackenzie Weegar digging for a puck. Ty Ratty was dangerously at the side of the net, and Zach Pucali did the smart thing and decided to hang on.
I mean, I haven't...
Destination for all things NHL hockey.
Well, we would like to welcome our viewers watching in the Pacific Northwest on Comcast Sportsnet. It's been a good first period. 5:16 to go in the opening frame. No score between Portland and Halifax. We expected it to be close. Stefan Fournier can't come up with a puck. Andrew Ryan. Dominic Ducharme changing up his lines a bit. He's got Nathan McKinnon out there with Fournier and Ryan this time. Long shot on Zach Pucali, and they'll stop that. Brandon Leipzig on the doorstep.
Amazing story in this game. We talk about Jonathan Drouin being the third-ranked National Hockey League Central Scouting North American player. 105 points in the regular season, and 35 more. And points in 59 of 66 games in Mooseheads play. And to think that this guy has only been in the league for just over a year. He came over after Christmas last year, playing midget AAA. Started the year last year saying, I'm not sure I'm ready for this just yet. A year later, he was on Canada's World Junior team, a top 6 forward there, and one of the top players in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League all this season.
Fournier, nifty pass, gets to Andrew Ryan. Ryan will put his head down and try to beat Derek Cooley onto it. He does. Gets it over to Nathan McKinnon. Tried to put it in front to Fournier. Fournier chases it down. Stefan Fournier. Back to the line. Austin Hardy looking for a lane to shoot. Chase Delio blocks that, sends it out to center. Mackenzie Weegar had a great rookie season in the Q. He made the first team rookie all-star. Number 52 on defense for Halifax.
Yeah, played with McKeon last year, CCHL Rookie of the Year. So some people not completely surprised by his success.
Great moves by McKinnon. They score! Low, hard shot from Martin Burke. All set up by McKinnon, and Halifax opens the scoring.
No doubt this is one that Matt Caruth will want back. But the one thing about Marty Burke, he has a hard, heavy shot. It's like a cannon coming off a stick. McKinnon with some nifty work, able to handle the puck at high speed. And as Burke just drops back into that soft zone, he gets it, releases it through the 5-hole it goes. And you can see the reaction. Look at the torque on the stick, and you can see the reaction right afterwards. Watch the left arm of Matt Caruth just come up in the air as if to say, I can't believe I just let that in.
Shots favor the Portland Winterhawks. Score favors the Halifax Mooseheads. And that was some nifty work by Nathan MacKinnon. He was juking and jiving in the offensive zone. Nobody was open. He bought some time till Martin Ferk was there, and Ferk finished.
Well, that's the thing about MacKinnon. And, Nick talked about him off the top of the broadcast. This guy is just as worthy as a number one as Seth Jones is. Here's part of the reason why. Nifty move, avoiding defenders, head up, handles the puck at high speeds, and then a pro pass right onto the tape of Ferk's stick to get an assist on the opening goal.
Just over 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Halifax gets that all-important first goal, and Travis Green answers with his top line. They've been dangerous, too. Brendan Leipzig working behind the net. Gets it all the way back to the line. Jones has plenty of time. Snaps it just wide of the net. Stephen McCauley. Cross-ice pass. Gets it out of the zone. That'll force Jones back. Wotherspoon now makes the pass ahead to Patan. Patan trying to deke around Ferk. Ferk stayed right with him. McCauley sends it into the Portland end. Caruth will have to play it. Takes his time. Made the play to Wotherspoon, and here come the Winterhawks. Leipzig. Coming in to Seth Jones, and Seth Jones pinches into the play, and that's what the hype's all about. Jones ties it for Portland.
One thing the Portland Winterhawks are known for is activating their defensemen, and this all starts from the back end. It starts with Matt Caruth being so calm to play this puck. He won't get an assist, but he should. Very calm, outlet to Wotherspoon, and watch this puck movement. Unbelievable as it comes up the boards. Left side of your screen, there's Seth Jones. Right from his own end of the ice, he recognized that there'd be an opportunity on the weak side. He jumps right into the play. He's got a step. The wrist shot goes off the post and in, beating Zach Bucali. And we're tied, and I think that first goal just opened things up a little bit for two teams that I thought looked pretty tentative through the first 16 minutes.
Well, we talked Nathan MacKinnon. He had a great assist on Halifax goal. We talked a lot about Seth Jones, and he gets Portland's first goal. So the prospects haven't disappointed.
They'll be going toe-to-toe right until they're drafted, and then I imagine maybe even as early as next year, they'll be going toe-to-toe in the National Hockey.
Ryan Rutkowski to Derek Pouliot. Pouliot from Weyburn, Saskatchewan works his way in. Snaps it right on. Bucali steered that one aside. Joey Baker. He gets a hit from Austin Hardy. Puck comes to the line. Rutkowski will just dump it right back in. Darcy Ashman wants to do the dump and chase. Oliver Bjorkstrand there to help out his defenseman. Derek Pouliot had some injuries. Here he is, number 51 for Portland. But he was better than a point per game as a defenseman during the Western Hockey League regular season. Led the defenseman in scoring during the playoffs. So he thought about going off the ice and realized it's a fool to stay out there. So, Pouliot's tired. MacKinnon working against Pouliot. Makes the play to Andrew Ryan. Fournier was open, but Taylor Lear came back.
Another slick play by MacKinnon. Between the legs pass to get out of his front.
Nathan MacKinnon, some skating room. He's up against Seth Jones right now, and Jones stick checks him.
That's the one thing Jones doesn't get nearly enough credit for. I mean, you look at the offensive numbers, and Damien saying almost a point per game during the regular season. Here's a guy who's really good defensively with a stick.
Pan rifles one right on through Cali. Wotherspoon, Tom moves it over to Rutkowski. Shot didn't get through to the net. Leipzig setting things up. Leipzig had 49 goals during the regular season. Backhanded it well into the corner, well wide of the net. Redirect in front. Leipzig tested Bucali again.
Just in the mix all the time, Leipzig. RJ, you talked about it when we watched games 3 and 4 in Edmonton. He's like a magnet to the puck.
Good players. It seems the puck finds them. Gets a shot there. That was blocked. Halifax not letting those pucks through. Jonathan Drouin, he's 1-on-3. And Rutkowski, the veteran presence back there for the Winterhawks, all-time leader in games played for the franchise, stopped him. Laddie was ready for that one-time shot. Couldn't get it because Brendan Duke intercepted.
Good read on the part of Duke.
Martin Ferk, under a minute to go. Tries that big shot again. This time he missed the net.
It's interesting now, Dominique Ducharme is split up Drouin and McKinnon, trying to make it tougher to match up for Portland. But Portland's with its top 4D, it just doesn't matter who's out there. They really match up well, even if you split the two young stars.
Brent Andrews hustles in after just 20 seconds to go in the first period. Andrews kicks it over to Ashley. He heads to the front of the net. Puck got there, but it was kicked behind the net by Goulian. Here's Andrews again. Brent Andrews, he's a Nashville draft pick, number 79. He's in the high slot now. Pass in front. Falkenham gets a shot, but he missed. Ashley tried to get it to Andrews. There's the buzzer. Some good pressure late by the Halifax Mooseheads, but they could not put any. Well, even after a period, the two powerhouses, two top-ranked teams in the CHL. Portland outshot Halifax in that first period, 16-7. Majority of those shots coming from the line of Brandon Leipzig, Nick Patan, and Ty Ratty, and no team in the Western Hockey League could solve how to shut them down. Will somebody here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup have the solution?
Yeah, and that's the thing, RJ, you worry about those three guys, and then all of a sudden you have four defensemen who have no problem jumping the rush. I mean, where do you focus your attention to defend against the Portland Winterhawks?
Brendan Duke, he's forechecked by big Taylor Peters. He's hit by Brent Andrews. A couple of veterans in the CHL. Joey Baker wraps it around. Some time for Pouliot. Takes a shot, a hard one. Rebounds there. Kelly, another save, but still loose. Comes to the line, Rutkowski. He gets a high shot, he scores! Captain Rutkowski puts Portland ahead.
Well, the Mooseheads get a couple of opportunities to clear the puck, and they simply can't. And so the Winterhawks smell blood like a shark in the water. Good job cycling the puck down low. Baker will swing it back to the point. One shot here that creates all kinds of havoc. And you'll see Andrews, who's the forward, and all five of those red jerseys collapse down low. When it goes back out to Rutkowski, just a little late getting there as he does a nice job to find a seam. Might have hit something on the way in as it tucks just underneath the bar. You see it's waving there, and then it gets into that traffic. But a good-looking shot there from the Portland Winterhawks captain, Troy Rutkowski, and a 2-1 Portland lead here just 39 seconds into the second period.
What a season for Rutkowski. He was second in defenseman scoring in the Western Hockey League, had 20 goals, 66 points, and that is a big one. Just 39 seconds into the second period, and Portland has its first lead of the hockey game.
Rutkowski's an amazing story, drafted in 2010 by Colorado, but they didn't sign him. He had 14 teams looking at him this year and finally signed with the Ottawa Senators.
McKinnon and Drouin are out there now for Halifax. Oliver Bjorkstrand from Denmark gets it to Chase Delio. He's a California native. Cali leaves it behind his net. Austin Hardy, he won't have any time back there. Shot up the middle, and that will be wide of the goal. Icing charge to Halifax.
RJ, we've seen examples of how much they like to jump into the rush, but let's look at the defensive numbers of this group. The top four especially, you throw Hansen into the mix, and everyone high up on the plus ledger. But they've also combined for 215 points. You're looking at the top line in the tournament, 350 points coming in, yet it's two defensemen who've scored the two Portland goals.
Brandon Leipzig loses an edge and takes a hard hit from Trey Lewis. Halifax able to get the puck out. They couldn't make a change after that icing. Ty Ratty going the other way. Still some tired legs out there for Halifax. Ratty with a shot. That just missed. Ratty has it again. St. Louis prospect puts it in front of the net, and it's batted to the corner by Big Albertshausen. Brandon Leipzig went to the line, turned away from Drouin, and now a penalty will be coming up to Halifax. Some tired players out there, and they got caught. It'll be Albertshausen heading to the penalty box, and Portland going to the power play. And we will go to Gene Principe.
Yeah, and from there, RJ, I'll go to the Blue Jays on Sportsnet. We just keep passing the buck here. Toronto taking on the New York Yankees, something Dominic Ducharme is not as concerned with as he is right now with the score. But tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Mountain on Sportsnet East, Ontario West and Pacific. It is the Blue Jays on Sportsnet.
Well, a real chance here for Portland early in the second period to jump up on the Halifax Mooseheads.
Asking the experts at the intermission, concealing the puck. The rule changes all over the place, but here in the MasterCard Memorial Cup, you can't do it. That's what Albertsel's went off for.
Ratty scores! Ty Ratty, a prolific goal scorer in his career, has a big one here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. It's 3-1 Portland.
Well, this Winterhawks team with so much firepower, and we've talked about 2 defensemen scoring. How about that top line going to work? And it all starts with a good pass, supporting the puck with speed. Ratty, nice cut into the middle. I mean, he is the master at the toe drag, and you think that someone who plays with such a long stick would have issues doing that. That is not the case whatsoever. Look at this. Just pulls it back, gets it by. That long reach, now he's out of the way of all of the sticks because he has such a long stick himself, and that allows him to go far out as possible to get by the real estate covered by Fucale. 3-1 for Portland.
A power play goal for Ty Ratty, a 3-1 lead for the Portland Winterhawks, and we've played just 2 minutes and 11 seconds of this second period. And we've got a good look at how fast this Portland offense is quick. 2 goals in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Now Halifax finds themselves in a position they're not often in, trailing in a hockey game. Portland right back in the offensive zone. Pass comes to the line. Jones makes the shot. Now he'll walk in a little bit. Jones on his backhand. Throws it in front of the net. And Fucale was able to see it with all kinds of players right there. And Trey Lewis, I believe Adam DeChamplain, 2 guys who aren't afraid to mix it up. A little pushing and shoving in front.
There's a fracas in Game 4 of the Baie-Comeau Halifax series in which Zachary Fucale got run a couple of times, and it was Trey Lewis who came to his defense. He took on 2 different Drakkar, beat them both pretty good, and said, listen, you're not going to come anywhere near my 17-year-old goalie, and that's part of the reason why Lewis wears the C for Coach Dominique Ducharme.
Yeah, that was something to see, and really inspired his teammates when you see a guy take on 2 guys and do pretty well, and then when one guy was dropped, the other one said, no, I'm done too. I'm out. Well, Jonathan Drouin, he tried that lead pass. Burke was up there, intercepted, and right back the other way is Portland. Derek Pouliot, a dangerous offensive defenseman, snapped it right on Fucale.
RJ, if you remember at the end of the first period, they talked about a trouble for Halifax would be really spreading the ice, that long distance cross-ice pass. Well, Pouliot sees this coming a mile away. He steps up in the neutral zone, and now with his stick skills, he's able to take it in and get a good shot on goal. Halifax needs to support the puck better with shorter passes to start creating some offense.
Face-off win for the Mooseheads. Conrad Albertshauser. He might jump into the play a little more now. Halifax, they're down by 2. Nathan McKinnon. His shot doesn't get to the net. Drouin chases it behind the net. Martin Burke puts it back to Lewis. He puts a knuckleball on Cruz. The problems. Jonathan Drouin scores. A big goal from Drouin. And Halifax is within 1.
This guy's got the hands an esthetician would love. He is simply amazing with the stick, Jonathan Drouin. And when you think there's nothing really going on, you'll see McKinnon, puck's chipped away from him. No. It goes into the corner now, and Halifax does a really good job supporting the puck now. Burke gets it back to the point, a little high-low working. It goes in front. Look at the hands of this guy. Out of midair, a couple of whacks at it. Boy, oh boy, I'd love to have those mitts for a year and a half. I'd make $3 million and shut it down. This guy's unbelievable.
Oh, he'll make more than that. Jonathan Drouin, that is a big goal for Halifax right when they were on their heels.
Give Dominique Ducharme, that guy in the middle of the screen, a lot of credit. When he finds that his team is really suffering on the offensive end, he says, you know what, we're going to put the kids back together and we're going to put them with Marty Burke. It worked perfectly. That's the first time those 3 have played together all game, and they're on the board.
Oliver Bjorkstrand puts it on. Calm and cool. Fucale. Make sure that rebound went to the corner. Brett Andrews. He's out there with Champini and Falkenham, so Dominique Ducharme continuing to shuffle his lines. Caruth out to play it. That's been an adventure tonight for Caruth. Turns that one over. Falkenham pinned up against the boards, battles out of that. Pass to Andrews. Good touch to Hardy. Hardy takes his time and missed the net. Mackenzie Weegar hustles after it. Hardy will try to pinch in. Gets past him. He'll go down the ice. Won't be icing. Mackenzie Weegar. He gets there before Bjorkstrand. He'll leave it in the corner for Luca Ciampini.
Now, that's one way the Halifax defensemen who aren't as talented as the Portland group can really chip in, and that's making smart pinches. You saw one on each side the last trip down the ice.
Seth Jones with some room to skate it. They'll move it to Witherspoon. Picked off at center by Matt Murphy. Now Burke over the line. Big guns out there again for Halifax. McKinnon behind the net. He's got Drouin with him. Drouin trying to pressure Witherspoon. Comes to the line. It'll be kept in. Lows out the flank and scores! In front of the net! Hey, it's Nathan McKinnon! And we're tied!
Both coaches, players from both teams said, no, guys, this isn't about number one against number two. This is about the Halifax Mooseheads and the Portland Winterhawks. No. Make no mistake about it. This is number one against number two. Seth Jones has scored a goal. Nathan McKinnon really starting to show his brilliancy in front of the net with the deflection. And this has turned into a battle between the two top National Hockey League prospects that no doubt will go 1 and 2 in the upcoming draft. Look at the hands on this guy. No one even near him. Just tips the puck down. Past Caruth. It goes. Tie game.
Well, both these teams can strike quickly. Portland had 2 goals in a minute 32. Halifax 2 goals in a minute 20. And now we're at a stalemate again. Tied once more. Halifax has the momentum. Boudreau behind the net to Fournier. Fournier uses some strength to get the puck in front. Puck comes to the line. There's Stéphane Fournier again. He'll put it down low. McCauley chases after Pouliot. Peters gives it away to McCauley. McCauley trying to spin away from Pouliot. Now he's knocked down. Puck still underneath there. Pouliot had lost his stick. Had to play it with a glove. McCauley. His shot. That's off the newly recovered stick of Pouliot and up and out of play. Off the face-off, here comes Portland. Joey Baker has Adam Duchamp playing with him. That was close to being offside. Won't matter. Halifax able to clear the zone. Fournier, he's battled hard for pucks. Comes up with this one. Fournier to McCauley. And he didn't miss by much, but a power play has been created by the Mooseheads. Portland will be shorthanded.
That's just a power game by Fournier, and that's his style of game. He goes up against Pouliot, who's a first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he won't be denied. Look at this puck battle in the neutral zone. He says no. He throws him right away from the puck and makes a beautiful pass out front. And McCauley given the golden opportunity, and a good blocker save there by Caruth. But again, you work hard, you keep your feet moving. You're going to draw penalties.
Halifax 0 for 1 on the power play. We know they have plenty of firepower, but Portland, they created some shorthanded opportunities. They were dangerous offensively, so Halifax has to be careful.
18 shorthanded goals this year between the playoffs and the regular season combined for the Winterhawks.
Albert maybe a little lucky there. Peters overskated it. There's Drouin. Jonathan Drouin looking in front the whole time. Pass comes back to Albitshauser. Low shot, stopped by Caruth. Rebound there. McKinnon looks for it. Drouin now will come down. Seth Jones working hard against McKinnon and Drouin, and he gets the job done.
Again, that underrated part of his game is ability to defend.
Minute 20 to go in the power play. Burke gets to center, drops it off. Jonathan Drouin will be the trailer who brings it into the Portland zone. Some nifty moves to the puck, circles back. Burke with that great shot. Can't use it this time. Drouin back to Burke. Had to take it on his backhand, so he gives it back to Drouin. Now Albitshauser. Not much on that shot. Portland a chance to clear. Haven't been able to do it. Witherspoon couldn't get it out. McKinnon back to Drouin. Quick pass over to Albitshauser. Albitshauser thought about shooting, doesn't. Pass gets through to Drouin. Drouin standing still. Now Burke. Burke snaps one. That's stopped by Caruth with Fournier right on the doorstep.
Nathan McKinnon and Jonathan Drouin were the first 2 overall picks in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League draft in 2011. And while McKinnon started fresh Jonathan Drouin waited a half a year before he joined the league, and the point production very similar over the course of their careers at 1.5 points per game or more. Of course, McKinnon was selected by Bate Como, and then a big trade between Steve Ayer and the general manager of Bate Como and Cam Russell, the general manager of Halifax, to bring McKinnon home.
30 seconds to go on the power play. Matthew Boudreau gets to the corner, right back to Uyghur. Now here's Darcy Ashley. Ashley sends it in low to Champini, cuts to the front of that, he scores! Luca Champini on the power play, and Halifax has battled back from a 3-1 deficit to take the lead.
There is no lead safe in this hockey game. Just when everyone thought Portland was going to start to run away with things, that's not the case whatsoever. Good battle by Ashley off the draw to at least hold his man. And that 50-50 draw ends up in the hands of the Mooseheads. And from there, it just continues to work around. Good patience on their part. But Champini sees an area walking in along the goal line, looking past first, but Witherspoon late to get back there. So too is Jones, and Champini makes it pay.
Wow, just when it seemed like Portland was the team that was going to win this Battle of the Titans. That great start to the second period. Halifax is not so fast. And now with 8:43 to go in the second, it's 4-3 Halifax.
Want to award the heavyweight championship of the world title belt to the winner of this game.
And kind of have a hunch there's a lot more rounds to come. Brett Andrews, he's looking smooth inside the offensive zone. Pass doesn't click. Bjorkstrand, he hits Leipzig up ahead. Falkenham, he'll go into the corner against Kwiatkowski. He bumps for the Portland captain. Duke, Andrews, they were both after the puck. Halifax puck hungry right now. They've got the momentum. 3 unanswered to take the lead. Puck comes loose to Andrews. Tried to get a shot. There's one, and that just whistles high. Another penalty coming up to Portland. And as Bjorkstrand touches it, Halifax, fresh off scoring a power play goal, will have another opportunity with a man advantage to extend their lead. It's the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
The nation for everything happening in hockey.
The Avs personnel coming through the rest of the week, guys. No surprise, considering their positioning on June 30th in New Jersey.
Well, wouldn't divulge any secrets, eh? I guess it's a little early for that.
Unless you're thinking of trading, I don't think you are. There's no need to come here. I mean, I think Seth Jones is the guy. It's tough to find that kind of guy, a defenseman especially, and that's the reason why I think he goes one.
Peters, short-handed, took it right to the net, but couldn't get a shot. Halifax on the power play. Here's Jonathan Drouin. He's the QMJHL MVP, both during the regular season and the playoffs. Number 27 for Halifax. He scored in this game. Has the puck now. Drouin surveys the situation. Pass all the way over to Martin Firth. Firth gets to the corner. Pass in front. Ratty gets by Albertshauser. And now it's a 2-on-1 short-handed. Ratty waiting for Lear to catch up. McKinnon's come back to eliminate Lear. And that shot was off a stick and out of play.
And McKinnon can really get up and down the ice, can he? And in this situation, it was a clear-cut 2-on-1 with Ratty and Lear. But McKinnon will turn on the Jets, left side of your screen. You can see Ratty looking up past, and he's like, oh boy, here comes McKinnon. I'm going to have to do something and shoot this puck. Watch McKinnon get on his horse right here. It's a 2-on-1. Not for long, folks. He gets down the ice, stick on stick with Lear, and he eliminates him from the play.
Face-off win for Portland. Pouliot makes sure the puck gets in deep. First minute of the power play gone for Halifax. Not much of a threat so far on this one. Darcy Ashley brings it in over the line. This is the group that scored the power play goal. The second unit. Uyghur moves it over to Boudreau. Matthew Boudreau. A lot of movement here for Halifax. Bouncing puck. Uyghur did a good job to keep it in. For the moment anyway. Pouliot gets it to the line. A little help there. The puck comes out. Kwiatkowski, he's in on the rush this time. That was a dangerous shot, and Cowley got the quick glove on it.
Wow, there's the same thing happening now. Even short-handed, the defensemen don't mind jumping in the rush. Kwiatkowski and Pouliot leading the rush here. Kowski down the wing. And I like this is the smart play. Just get it on goal. You've got players with you. You're already down a man. Make sure you get it on goal.
29 seconds to go in the Halifax power play. They've got a face-off inside their own zone. Won by Portland. Wotherspoon comes over to retrieve it. The Flames prospect sends it into the Halifax zone. Now Halifax has to start right from behind their own goal. Albertshausen moves it ahead to McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon. Inside out move on Jones. Cuts to the net. He's in. It's in. McKinnon. What a beautiful goal on the power play. Halifax is up 5-3.
I don't know if you're Travis Green here. You might want to look down towards the end of the bench. I mean, Jones does a pretty good job keeping McKinnon to the outside, and McKinnon wants to turn the corner on him. But if you're the goalie, this one cannot go in. You got to pinch yourself against that post. Short side. You got McKinnon coming down on you. And you can't get a ton of leverage on that stick. And there it goes. It gets past him. And this is turning into the Nathan McKinnon show very, very quickly. And don't think he didn't relish the fact that he went around his good buddy that he's competing for that top spot with.
Well, we've seen a lot from McKinnon. A couple of goals. He's got an assist, and he's made some good defensive plays, including coming back shorthanded to eliminate a 2-on-1 using that great speed.
It's amazing how mature these kids are. You talk to them, and they all talk about the team first and this and that. But I guarantee you, these two had it in their minds that they were going up against one another as part of the team environment.
Well, we've talked to Nick Kiprios about it, and he said it on the panel. He thought it would be a big game for Nathan McKinnon. A little chip on his shoulder. It has been a big game for 22 for Halifax so far. 2 goals, an assist, some good defensive play, and a 5-3 lead right now for the Mooseheads. Oh, you're exactly right, Gene, and we are thankful every day for what they did for us.
What they continue to do.
Turnover, and that was, well, hang on a second. It looked like it was stopped by Carruth, and Carruth, he can lose his cool. Brett Andrews tucked it in short side. Now we've got Andrew Ryan breaking off with Leipzig. Leipzig is small, but he's tough and can look after himself. Andrew Ryan.
About 150 pounds, but when you add the hair, he's in at about 160. He's got that lid going.
Well, that's a trade-off Halifax will take. Andrew Ryan, a solid player, but getting Leipzig off the ice is important.
Look at Andrews. Continues to hack away, and that's the same post that Carruth had trouble with covering up when McKinnon scored. And you give Andrews a ton of credit. He's just playing until he hears the whistle.
Well, Rutkowski was there, and the puck popped underneath Carruth, and you could see Rutkowski's stick quickly move that puck back under Carruth.
There's Leipzig the lid and Andrew Ryan. Off, we'll go four-side here for a little bit. Should open things up for McKinnon and Duran as Travis Green looks on.
McKinnon wins the face-off. Bumped by Jones. Goes into the corner against Jones. Uses that speed. Made the pass over to Drouin. Now Drouin working against Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon making sure he knows he's right there. McKinnon again. Jones can't take it from him. Drouin. This is 4-on-4. Drouin and McKinnon putting on a clinic. Drouin stick handling. 1-on-1 against Wotherspoon, and Wotherspoon hung in there. Clear. Moves it ahead to Peters. Peters is strong. Brendan Duke found that out. Now Jones has an opportunity on the offense. Hard shot. Bucali didn't know where it went. Good thing for him, it went to the corner. Peters now. Austin Hardy has the task of trying to deal with Peters behind the net. Peters showing guys. Yeah, he gave Austin Hardy a swat. And one of them's going for sure. Peters was the one that threw the punch, but they might be taking them both.
Composure, discipline, all really key now, and it looks like Peters is the lone guy to go here. Jim Midgley, Steve Hartley on the right, Dominique Ducharme, the head coach for Halifax, the coaching staff coming together. And it looks like he wants to call a timeout, Dominique Ducharme, and much the same way we saw yesterday when Dale Hunter called a timeout on his 5-on-3. In this 4-on-3 situation, Dominique Ducharme feels he's got the opportunity to really put the hammer down.
Well, the Mooseheads 2 for 3 on the power play, and there'll be plenty of room on the ice, which is always good when you've got the likes of McKinnon, Drouin, Ferk, and it looks like Fournier will be the other one out there for Halifax. They might go with 4 forwards.
Travis Green trying to draw something up to defend against it, but always interesting to me when the coaches take their timeouts. You often think about a basketball game and waiting until the end, but that's not really the way it is anymore. I mean, coaches see opportunities to put the hammer down. We've seen it already in each of the first 2 games of this event. Sometimes it's on an icing call, depending if you're in the National Hockey League or not, to get your players rested. So the timeout much more utilized in a different fashion than it was even, say, 10 years ago.
And this is one of those formations. We see it a lot in overtime when it's 4-on-4 and a team gets a power play. A 4-on-3 power play so often results in a goal. It's not something that's worked on a lot. Halifax, if they can capitalize here, would have a 3-goal lead.
Pretty gutsy 4 forward. You know he's going for it here.
Off the face-off, Halifax controls. Martin Ferk, the lone man at the blue line, showing some patience. Slides it over to Drouin. Drouin saucers it to Ferk. Hard shot. Stopped in front. McKinnon a chance. That's off the side of the post, I believe. McKinnon was looking for the hat trick. McKinnon. His pass over to Drouin. That was deflected into the Halifax bench by the long reach of Seth Jones.
Well, McKinnon is just so fun to watch. That explosiveness that you have to be so impressed with. But he's got the hands to go with it. See him explode off the hop there. Gets it off the far post. That close to being 6'3" for the Mooseheads. And Dominique Ducharme will keep his 4 forwards out there.
McKinnon on the face-off against Patan. Scrum draw. Portland able to win it. Now Patan will kill off as much time as he can. He knows he's up against a forward there. Made a pretty good move on Ferk. Maintained possession. Keep away 4-on-3 performed by the Winterhawks, and Jones fires it down the ice.
Such an asset when you're that tall and that much reach in this 3-man situation for Portland.
Drouin brings it in over the line. McKinnon takes the shot. He's in tight quarters with Ferk. Now they spread out. Pass down low to Fournier. 9 seconds to go in the 4-on-3. And Ryan and Leipzig will be on the ice. Slow shot from Ferk. Now he's ready to shoot it again. Gets another blast, and that one is absorbed like a sponge by Caruth.
Ferk is a one-man shooting gallery, and he can do it with the wrist shot. He can do it with the snapshot, and he surely can do it with the big clapper. And that's the goal here. They tried to get Ferk right at the top there, get him to fire away. There's a quick little wrister. The puck would end up coming back to him for the big clapper, but Caruth stops them both.
Well, if there was a rebound, Fournier was right there.
It's his office.
Still a power play for Halifax. Now it's 5-on-4 for the next 50 seconds. Mackenzie Weegar, he's had a couple of points tonight. Moves it over to Darcy Ashley. Ashley works down to the corner. That's the pass to Ciampini. Stephen McCauley trying to find some room out in front of the net. Ciampini to Ashley. Gets to Weegar. He knocks that down. Good thing he did. Leipzig had blown the zone. He was looking for the breakaway. Redirected in front by McCauley. He missed the net. Weegar doesn't shoot. Drops it off for Ashley. 19 seconds to go in this power play. Ciampini. Pass is deflected and come all the way back to Weegar. He's got some time to make the play. Ashley, cross ice. Boudreau. Weegar the shot. Deflected wide. Boudreau. Stop by Caruth. Comes to the line. Weegar able to keep it in. Peters is back on the ice. Portland is out of penalty trouble. They're back to full strength.
That's a good job there, especially in the 4-on-3.
And a slashing penalty is coming up. And it's between Ciampini and Rutkowski. Neither one seems too concerned, but it'll be Boudreau who gets the slashing penalty. So Portland going to the power play. Let's check in with Gene Principe.
Well, RJ, just a reminder to everybody that the Hockey Central playoff extra is on the way every day. In fact, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, it happens on the Score. And, of course, we'll be filing stories and different angles that are coming up here in Saskatoon as part of the MasterCard Memorial Cup as well.
Boudreau, and you knew after a couple of penalties that went Portland's way, any sort of infraction that was borderline was going to get called, and Boudreau gets called for the slash. This is a great opportunity here for Portland to gain some confidence back and think about going into the dressing room down by only 1.
Winterhawks 1 for 3 on the power play. 2.5 minutes to go in the period. 5-3, Halifax leads. It was a 3-1 lead for Portland early in this period. Seth Jones smoothly in over the line. Austin Hardy gets the puck in the corner and hard down the ice.
You have to wonder here with the top line in the CHL sitting on the bench. Travis Green maybe sending a message here. With Lear out there, Bjorkstrand, Delio.
Here's Delio moving it down low to Bjorkstrand. Picked off by McCauley. And he puts that into the Portland bench.
McCauley's such an interesting character, and unfortunately lost his mother earlier this year in the middle of March. And what was really neat that came out of that, they were playing the St. John Sea Dogs, his former hockey club, and for the funeral both teams came in, and the classy one, Jonathan Huberdeau, the Florida Panthers, flew up from Florida to be with his former teammates, and pretty touching stuff there.
Oh, he is a fantastic young man. Great career ahead of him, too. Zach Fucale, he has shut the door since Portland's gone up. 3-1 early in the frame. His team battled bad. They got the lead for him, and he was sharp there, too. And he's patting his defensemen for their hard work in front.
He's a guy who, every time you talk to him about the game, the word fun is going to come into it. Yeah, well, you know, it's a great game, you know, but we're having fun. And I'm having fun. And this is fun. We love it.
Derek Pouliot moves it to Patan. There's the top line for Portland. Pouliot won't shoot. Slides it over to Ty Ratty. Ratty to Leipzig. It's in front of the net. Patan looking for it. Nathan McKinnon's not going to let anyone from Portland have it. McCauley coming in. He's got McKinnon with him. Ray Lewis has joined the rush. Too short-handed. Shot by the goal. There it is. The hat trick for Nathan McKinnon.
Surely couldn't put the hammer down utilizing the timeout on a 4-on-3, so they say, well, short-handed, let's give it a try. And this is like a jailbreak. Lewis is there. McKinnon is there, and McKinnon gets the fortuitous rebound. You see him have it right off the backboards, and it's a bank shot off of Caruth and in. A state of shock now filling the bench as Nathan McKinnon has accepted the challenge with one single hat, make it 2 or 3, and here they come.
Now they come.
The hats are on the ice for Nathan McKinnon, and this is exactly part of the treat we expected. 2 high-end teams going at it, but the rock stars going at it too. Top 3 picks expected to go in the National Hockey League draft going toe-to-toe. This has been fun to watch.
Well, he's not the only Cole Harbour native hat trick at a MasterCard Memorial Cup. Sidney Crosby.
2005 in London, Danny Bottaccio with the fly ball missed there and a 5-point effort for Sidney Crosby. And Nathan McKinnon has accepted the challenge. He must have listened to Kipper before the game. He's all over. Portland Winterhawks in a state of shock. They haven't seen this kind of offensive barrage against them in some time.
Yeah, this is a new experience for Portland. You got that right, Sam. Still on the power play here for the next 30 seconds. That short-handed goal by McKinnon, that's a backbreaker. They need one here. Leipzig. Oh, he tried to tuck it in short side. That was off the post or the crossbar. Patan tried to feed it in front to Rutkowski. It's all hands on deck now for Portland. They'll throw everybody in front. Leipzig takes a big run at Falkenham and then got a stick up on Trey Lewis. And there is a penalty coming up. It'll be to Halifax, though. Ratty Comes in over the line. Caruth's on the bench for the extra attention. Halifax able to touch the puck. An interference call coming up to Halifax. And it'll be Trey Lewis, the captain of the Mooseheads, heading to the penalty box.
He's always going to come to the defense of his teammates, and if he sees things that he doesn't like going on in the ice with his awareness, he's going to try and make it better single-handed. We saw Leipzig coming all the way across the ice to put a hit on Falkenham, and Lewis didn't want any part of it. And Leipzig with some nice embellishment. Take you back to the McKinnon goal. Bounces fortuitously off the backboards, and McKinnon, right shot, bounce pass off the pad of Caruth.
25 seconds to go in the period. Portland's on the power play again. Seth Jones, touch pass over Chase Delio. Makes the play to Bjorkstrand. Now some time for Seth Jones. Drops it off for Wotherspoon. He takes the shot, missed the net. 12 seconds to go in the period. Puck stays in. Bjorkstrand over to Wotherspoon. Back to Jones. Jones one move. Falls down. Can't get a shot away. 2 seconds to go. Jones trying to get it back in front, and there is the buzzer to end the second period. Portland will have a minute 27 of power play time. Carry over to the third period.
McKinnon has been the best of the lot.
Portland's on the power play to start the third period. They had a great start in the second period. It was tied at 1. 2 quick goals. Portland was enjoying a 3-1 lead. Well, that disappeared. 5 unanswered by Halifax. Now the Mooseheads are in control. You heard Nathan McKinnon say it. Good D-zone coverage. Play smart. And this could turn into a victory, but Portland, they've got some firepower, and here they come. Ratty moves it to Patan. Top 3 scorers in the Western Hockey League are all on this line, all on the ice right now. A couple of offensive defensemen, too, in Pouliot and Rutkowski. Leipzig comes out of the corner. Leipzig, property of the Nashville Predators. Pass doesn't work. McCauley moves it ahead. Ratty turns the other way. Rutkowski's up there. The defenseman. Penalty coming up here to Halifax. Caruth on his way for the extra attacker. Sharp angle shot. Comes to the line. Pouliot keeps it in. Halifax content to not touch it, but look out. There's one off the head of Butelli. Portland scores. Rutkowski puts it in on the power play. And Portland early in the third gets one back.
You cannot afford to be cute against these high-powered teams, and the entire bench looking down that way. This puck needs to be touched. Possession needs to be gained here. As the extra attacker comes on, there's no reason for it. Yeah, you're looking up and you're saying, well, 5 on 3, 18 seconds. That puck needs to be touched. We cannot simply be allowed to go through there. When you're talking about guys on the ice with 350 combined points, it just can't happen. And that's a mistake on the part of the Halifax Mooseheads. Rutkowski picks up his second of the game. This thing is not over. I mean, that quick strike offense, there you go. Minute 9 in, and now the deficit has been cut to 2. And now you're going to be short-handed again because of the first penalty had not expired, and this was on a delayed, so penalty still has its full 2 minutes with Fournier in the box. A dangerous proposition for Halifax. Big mistake right there.
Second power play goal of the game for Portland. The power play's been good all season long. Hardy can't get it out. Taylor Lear pressuring him. Chase Delio wraps it around. Tyler Wotherspoon. He'll put it back down low. Lear quickly over to Delio. Bjorkstrand at the top of the circle. He'll have to come in and help out. He's got McKinnon with him. McKinnon had a head of steam but had to stop off. They'll go off for a change. And Seth Jones will circle out from behind his own goal. Jones wound up dumping it in. Now he chased after it himself.
It's interesting in all this, RJ. The Mooseheads 63-1 when leading after 2 periods this year.
Well, they don't blow leads very often. This will help. Less than a minute to go now in this power play for Portland. Confident play by Caruth. Right in front of his open net. Derek Pouliot full steam. Pouliot going around Elvis now. buzzer. He missed the far side. Patan will walk the line for a while. Move it over to Rutkowski. Patan again. Falkenham got on him quickly. Leipzig. Puck comes out to Rutkowski. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Pouliot. Now it's by Ratty. Ratty's shot. That's blocked by Hardy. Leipzig trying to throw it in front of the net. Stay behind. Batted to the side of the net. And Brett Andrews got it to the line, but not out. 14 seconds to go in the power play. Pouliot. Blue shot. Deflected. Safe. Fucali. Halifax trying to clear. Patan won't be able to keep it in. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Patan, he's got some speed coming in. Got a shot. Fucali to save. Ratty back in front. And this one will come outside the zone. Fournier's back on the ice. Halifax is killed off the penalty.
Winterhawks starting to feel it like they did in that first period.
They are wasting no time getting north into the offensive zone. And that's out of play. Off the glass, it'll be a face-off deep in the Halifax zone.
Oh, another guy who had something to prove coming into this game because of the talk centered on anything but him was Nick Patan. And we've seen him grow immensely as a player over the course of this year. Does a great job bringing it back to the forehand. And that puck tipped by the Halifax defenseman on the way in, but Fucali still had to come up big.
Shots are 36-26 in favor of Portland. So Fucali's been the busier goaltender. Got some more work ahead. There's a cool glove save by Fucali, stopping Taylor Peters. Let's check in with Gene Principe.
Well, RJ, Sidney Crosby is back, the most dangerous player in the game on the march to another Stanley Cup. We wait to see. Subscribe today at sportsnet.ca/magazine. It's been a good little stretch when it comes to important hockey games for kids from Cole Harbour.
Has it ever? And the man who's the center of attention right now, taking the draw, Nathan McKinnon. There was a shot off that draw. Fucali had that short side covered. Matt Murphy along the boards. Paul Bittner will send it in deep. Keegan Iverson threw it back in front. Young line out there for Portland. Jonathan Drouin weaves into the Portland end. Drops it off for Hardy. Wraps it around Burke. Right back behind the net to Drouin. Pass came back to Burke. Poked it to the line. Murphy able to keep it in, but now Seth Jones has it. Wotherspoon up to Bittner. Conrad Albert-Sauser. German import, 6'5". A lot of Winterhawks around him. Can't get to center. It's onside. Ratty brought it in. Now it's outside the zone. Pouliot, he has been jumping into the play. That one didn't work out. He'll get it again. Dump it into the Halifax end. Albert-Sauser, forecheck by Ratty. Made the pass to Matthew Boudreau. Boudreau ahead to Ciampini. He chops it out to center. Ashley spins, picks it up, and now defenseman Trey Lewis goes to line. Ratty, some room over on that right side. His pass to Pouliot, who was jumping in. Now Pouliot's caught. Boudreau going the other way. Drops it off for Ciampini. In front of the net was Ashley, and Pouliot came back to break it.
Situations here for Halifax. You don't want to be too cute. You have the odd man rush, but that puck has got to get to the net.
Boudreau ahead to Fournier. Fournier, weak shot, missed the net. Mackenzie Weegar right there. Fournier has it behind the goal. Derek Pouliot trying to take it from Fournier. Andrew Ryan, he uses his long reach. Halifax cutting in front. Low shot by McCauley. How about that? Stephen McCauley. Some hard work pays off. And Halifax is up 7-4.
Can turn on a dime this game. It's amazing. You just feel that Portland had regained its legs to get a goal a minute 9 into the period, cut it to 6-4, and you think, hey, maybe they're starting to battle back here. And then another goal on what looked to be a change-up shot here from McCauley ends up finding its way past Caruth. But credit to Halifax Mooseheads, hounding that puck, keeping it in the zone, taking it hard to the net. It goes off of the defenseman Jones. And when it changes direction as a result, Caruth too late kicking out that left pad. And into the back to the net it goes.
Well, that's got to be a bad feeling. The slow roller going past him. 7 goals against is the most Mac Caruth has allowed this season. The previous high was 5. That is a pretty good indication of how good Halifax is offensively. They've had some good bounces, but they can put the puck in the net.
First time 7 goals been allowed by Portland all year.
Welcome to the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Stéphane Fournier moves it over to McCauley. Right back to Fournier. In front. Oh, Ryan put it off the post. McCauley able to get a change in the offensive zone. Lear moves it ahead. Knocked down by Ryan. Fresh legs out there in the form of McKinnon, but Lear able to bring it out. McKinnon comes back to stop him. Brendan Duke circles behind his own goal. Duke gets a head of steam. Not much room in that neutral zone for Duke to skate. McKinnon bats at it, gets it in the Portland end. That's redirected on the wrong side of center, icing against Portland.
When you're driving along and your cell phone rings, do your...
On the panel upstairs that knew this guy was in for a big game, but it's not just the goal scoring and the assist. It's the ability to play a two-way game that has impressed me so much about Nathan McKinnon. Here he is setting up shop in front of the net. Little tip. Then he uses his speed to burn his good buddy Jones and tuck it in the short side. Then he uses a smart play by just banking it off the pad of Caruth and in. He's been everywhere tonight. And Nathan McKinnon proving to everyone that maybe this #1 pick isn't exactly cut and dry as we thought.
Well, if it was based on this game, I know who you'd pick. Patan, he's forced back by Drouin. Drouin and McKinnon out there right now, and Nick Patan's had enough of that, so he circles back. Now a little bit of space. By Ratty through center. Pass right on the tape of Leipzig. Right back to Ratty. Now Rutkowski, he's jumped into the play a lot, got another chance there.
He's feeling it tonight.
Pouliot intercepts one at center. Sends it in, and it's up into the netting out of play.
Yeah, it's been quite the show for Nathan McKinnon. There was so much hype about him coming out of Shattuck and then getting drafted first overall by the Baie-Comeau Drakkar. And it was a tough series. They went into Baie-Comeau for games 3 and 4. And at times, people were throwing things at him. At one point, wearing diapers. At another point, holding up signs about whether or not he liked Florida. But he took all of that in stride. He didn't allow it to affect him. And that kind of adversity and his ability to come through it will definitely serve him well down the road.
Jones out from behind his own goal. Head to Wotherspoon. Oliver Bjorkstrand. Wotherspoon's joined the rush. Puck stumped out by Halifax. Lone man back there, Seth Jones, but he's got plenty of time. Watch his defense partner, Wotherspoon. Quick pass ahead. Lear. He's checked by Uyghur. Wotherspoon. Beat bumped by Ryan. Drew Ryan coming in. Lear gets it to Bjorkstrand. He's one-on-one against Duke. Gets a shot away, and Jack Fucali able to make a save and hang on. And we will check in with Gene Principe again. Gene.
Well, RJ and Sam, you guys have been saying that both Halifax and Portland have been racing around on the ice. There'll be some racing on a track as well, one that is very familiar as part of the IZOD IndyCar Series. Indy 500 Bump Day qualifying tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Score.
12:05 to go here in the third period. 11 goals scored in the game. Halifax leading Portland 7-4. QMJHL President's Cup winners, the champions. Terrific season. Franchise record with 58 wins. 16-1 throughout the Q playoffs. And here's their first game at the MasterCard Memorial Cup, and they have been tough for Portland. Portland's no slouch. Dominated the Western Hockey League.
Two teams, two heavyweight teams. But on one side, the goaltending has been just fine, and on the other side, it's been subpar. That's been the difference in this game.
Matt Murphy fires it in. Matt Caruth, he's got lots of time. There's his defenseman to pick it up, the captain, Troy Rutkowski. Pouliot being forced by McKinnon. Wisely just moves it outside the zone. Conrad Albertshausen. Right back in. This is where Halifax wants it. Well, there's no sitting back by the Mooseheads. Leipzig tripped up. Ratty gets a shot. That one whistles up high, and Leipzig slow to get up, looking at the referee the whole time, wondering why there was no call. Drouin chips it past Jones. Weatherspoon will be the first to it. Matthew Boudreau off the bench. Tried to make a pass back. Ratty, big hit on Albitshauser. And the big defenseman is down.
Spitting out teeth, too, it looks like. Ratty got the stick up. That's very uncharacteristic of Ty Ratty. I mean, he's not normally that type of player, but there's no doubt frustration starting to set in here. 17 penalty minutes in the playoffs for Ty Ratty, and over the course of the regular season had just 27 minutes in penalty, so he's not a guy used to the box, but Albitshauser, a big guy, and you can see him just kind of come up and target the head. That's the kind of stuff they're trying to remove from the game. Is Albitshauser looking, checking his ears to see if his teeth are in there? I think he'll be okay. No worse for the wear.
Oh, he's a tough customer. We know that. Played a lot of the season injured.
It's part of the conversation going on right now, I think, when it comes to Ratty and what they are going to do with him on the penalty call.
Yeah, nothing's on the board yet. That's usually a sign that has the potential to be more than two. Well, it's two up there. Trey Lewis having a long conversation with the referee. Now he heads over to talk to his coach.
Get another look at it again. I mean, that's a shoulder to the head. Looks pretty clear to me.
It will be 2 minutes for illegal check to the head to Ty Ratty. That puts Halifax on the power play. Been a good power play tonight for the Mooseheads. 2 for 4. And McKinnon's out there. He's got 4 points tonight. Face-off win for McKinnon. Mackenzie Weegar. He's had a good night, too. 2 points for him. Martin Burke breaks down all over to Drouin. Jonathan Drouin. Pass didn't get through. McKinnon pokes it back to Drouin. Weegar quickly over to Burke. Martin Burke spots an open man. That's McKinnon. Puts it on goal in front. Fournier got a stick on it. And Fournier will be getting a penalty for interference.
Yeah, Caruth did a good job of selling it. It was a drive-by by Fournier, and now he's having words with Caruth as some of the nastiness starts to pick up in this hockey game. Fournier just brushing off the penalty, but a good job by Caruth to sell it. See Fournier setting up shop as he always does, and as he goes to chase this puck down, Caruth extends himself out and takes the dive, and Fournier gets called.
It will be 4-on-4 for the next minute 33. Patan and Leipzig out there for Portland with Rutkowski and Pouliot. You know what they're thinking 4-on-4. A couple of 120-point men up front. Second leading defenseman scorer on the back end, and a guy in Pouliot who's better than a point per game as a defenseman. And a little malfunction as they get to the line. Offside. Halifax is in control tonight.
Drowning in hockey.
We did a game where Zach Fucali had won. We were talking to him. He said, guys, I got to go. I got to get out of this thing.
You want to find a way to lose friends? Strap that thing on for a little while. Then maybe chewing a couple pieces of garlic.
Or buy your friend a salad. Weegar works in over the line. There's a shot from McCauley. Stopped by Matt Caruth. 4-on-4 right now for the next 47 seconds. Lots of room out there for these two teams. Mackenzie Weegar from Nepean, Ontario. Shot just missed. McKinnon wraps it in again. Oliver Bjorkstrand, he's got some time. Moves it to Seth Jones, he's at a standstill. Now he gets going. Doesn't take him long to get full speed. Jones is behind the net now. Patan, a quick move. Matt Murphy right with him. Patan still with it. Good puck control. Finally found an open man. It was Weatherspoon. Got Jones right back to Weatherspoon. Ty Ratty's about to come back on the ice. Now a power play for the next 25 seconds for Portland. Weatherspoon over to Seth Jones. Jones in no hurry. Ty Ratty gets to about the dot. Shot. And he's knocked down. And a glove pass is called. Face-off will come outside.
Colorado pass for jackpot $20,090. Your 50-50.
Well, that brings us to our insurance goal of the game. Brought to you by your local insurance broker. To score your insurance goal, your best insurance is an insurance broker.
Well, Halifax Mooseheads has been scoring goals at a frenetic pace, as Gene would say. And here's the 6th goal the Mooseheads have scored. As Blue Jays had on the ice for the hat trick. It's been that kind of night for this Halifax offense. It's been spectacular. It's been quick strike. It's been as advertised.
Conrad Albertshauser is out there, so that's good. He's okay after that Ty Ratty hit and put a one-bouncer in on Caruth that is always a challenge for goaltenders.
Little Bronx cheer, and then Caruth raised his hand in acknowledgement after making that.
Well, Portland will need him to get his game back and his head back into it for their next game, which will be coming up Monday. That'll be against London. London's off to the start they wanted to get with that 3-2 win over Saskatoon in the opening game of the 2013 MasterCard Memorial Cup. The Knights players are here watching the game. They wanted to see it firsthand. Uyghur moves it over to an open side. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the third period. Julia comes out from behind his net. The Halifax Mooseheads have not eased up on their forecheck. Ooh, Peters took a swat at one. Fucale, he was alert. He was over there.
Yeah, Hardy not protecting the puck very well. Very nonchalantly. And it was Peters who tapped the stick. Ate the own shot on goal.
Puck goes way up in the air. Ashley will have to hurry. Iverson came in and hit him. Brendan Duke took a look. James Delio there. Drops it off for Matt Murphy.
I like the communication there. Murphy asking for the reverse and a simple chip back to by Duke.
Well, lots of time and connected for Nathan McKinnon.
He'll get some love tonight.
Here he is, stick handling his way into the Portland zone. Drops it off for Drouin. Saved by Caruth. McKinnon goes to the corner, comes up with it, moves it back to the line. Martin Burke in front to McKinnon. Tied up by Bjorkstrand, and a penalty coming up to Bjorkstrand. Heading to the bench for the extra attackers for Cali. Drouin in front, looking for McKinnon the whole time, and Caruth takes the feet out from under McKinnon. Be one penalty for sure, and it will be the hooking call to Bjorkstrand. Nathan McKinnon has been dangerous all night long, putting up points, drawing penalties. Power play coming up.
When it's warm.
Here's Matt Caruth, and there's Brendan Burke, the backup goaltender for the Portland Winterhawks, the son of Sean Burke. And you know, it's a little bit tougher than at first sight for Travis Green to have made a goaltender change after 2 periods because you're down 3 goals. You have a team that's got the best offense in the Canadian Hockey League, arguably. It's got the top line that's combined for 350 points, so you still think you have a chance to win this hockey game. And if he didn't think so, I'm sure Burke would have been between the pipes. Now, it hasn't quite worked out that way with 5:59 left. I'm sure that's the thought process that Travis Green had to go through.
I'm sure you're right. It is Caruth in there. It is a power play right now for Halifax. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the third. Portland might have to take some chances. They're down by 3. Their hopes of winning this game are bleak at best. Power play goal here by Halifax would make sure that this one is no longer in doubt. Burke in the corner. Moves it back to Albertshauser. Wraps it around Nathan McKinnon. He'll keep that puck moving all the way to Drouin now. Drouin. Couple of quick moves. Albertshauser for right back to Albertshauser. Now it's Drouin. Drouin circles away. Spots Burke. Burke doesn't shoot. Gives it to Fournier. Missed the net. Puck given away in front. Drouin redirects McKinnon. And that's the kind of player Drouin is. He's trying to add to McKinnon's point total and add to his big night.
He just thinks the game so well. And as fast as he thinks it, his hands, his body follow. And so here's Duran in this situation where, yeah, he can fire this puck, but he already recognized that McKinnon's there. So instead of shooting, he says, no, I'm going to put it into a spot where I know my teammate can get it. That's more of a pass than a shot, no question about it. That's how quickly Jonathan Drouin processes the game.
50 seconds to go in this Halifax power play. Top to the line. Kept in by McCauley, bouncing around in front of the net. Uyghur keeps it in, takes a shot. Rutkowski the block. Mackenzie Uyghur gets it again. Stephen McCauley quickly to Darcy Ashley. Campini, McCauley, puck movement, great by Halifax. Where's the shot? There's one, and that might have hit Rutkowski up high. Caruth was nowhere near his net. Campini over to Ashley. It bounced on him, and he couldn't get a good shot away.
Pinball for a minute, the way the thing is being thrown around by the Halifax Mooseheads. Impressive stuff. Dominic Ducharme, the one thing he really preaches, that when you are out there, regardless of whether it's a practice or a game, you are to go hard at all times. And it's funny, of all the 4 teams that practice on Thursday, Halifax had the best practice. Of the morning skates we've seen to everything to this point, Halifax went hard for 15 minutes this morning. You would have thought it was an off-day practice. Dominic Ducharme said, hey, listen, this is not the way we go about our business. If we're on the ice, we're doing something, we're getting something out of it.
And they want to skate. They asked the players want to be out there. They want to take those morning skates. Portland didn't skate this morning because it is an earlier game here at Saskatchewan time, a 5 o'clock start local. And Dominic Ducharme said, as you mentioned, Sam, we just do everything hard. If it's 15 minutes, it's hard. But if we're on the ice, we're going full steam.
And he said his team, right from the first game, has been striving to play that perfect game. He said it after the morning skate this morning. It was pretty prophetic because someone asked him, hey, with the record you've had this year, surely you've had a perfect game in there. And he said, is there really such thing as a perfect game? Yet it's something we still strive for. How prophetic.
Drouin back out there, so is McKinnon. Leipzig, he's looking for a hit. Watch number 28. He had Burke in his sights. Burke was alert to it, though. Jones back to Wotherspoon. Trying to get past McKinnon, he does. Wotherspoon to Leipzig, pass was in his skates. Burke's up ahead of the play. Martin Burke coming in. Burke, as he went to shoot, that great play and great reach to Seth Jones prevented him from doing so.
Good ability to close by Jones and a good stick on top.
Well, Burke, his stick is shattered, and he'll have to grab the stick. He'll be heading to the penalty box with it.
Now Burke will come off the bench, grab his knee stick, and get up and go to the box. Good job here by Seth Jones. Nowhere in the picture until the last second, but with that long reach, swinging stick to stick to take that opportunity away from Martin Burke, who now has his new twig. And we'll have to give it a test drive and a shining up while sitting in the penalty box.
3:13 to go here in the third period. Remnants of the Martin Burke broken stick cleaned up. Portland, 2 power play goals in the game. Time is not on their side. Down by 3. Just over 3 minutes to go. Rutkowski, he won't shoot. Drops it off for Pouliot. Pouliot back to Rutkowski. Aaron Pouliot. Nice pass. Hit Falkenham, went to the corner. Taylor Lear moves it back to the line. Rutkowski takes the shot. Falkenham knew that was coming. Still was able to block it.
Great commitment. You know, you're up 3 goals, 2:39 left. They're still getting in front of shots. That's why this team has had success all year long.
Bjorkstrand back to Rutkowski. Pouliot. No shot. They can't get anything through to the net right now. A lot of possession time in the Halifax zone. Pouliot, there's a high shot. Rutkowski fakes it. Moves it to Delio. Finally, Halifax gets a handle on it and sends it the length of the ice.
This Portland club in shock after what's happened here in this game. It's interesting because this is where their mettle is going to be tested now. They can come back as a hockey club, whereas in years past they'd have trouble, I think, responding from this. We saw it in the last 2 WHL championships. This is now a time where more adversity has crept into Portland's game in the short tournament. How are they going to respond their next game?
Seth Jones with 25 seconds to go in the power play. He gets to center. Now into the Halifax end. Jones has a goal in the game, but nowhere near enough. Albertshausen fielding the puck as he gets into the Portland end. Caruth waiting behind his net. Halifax, they're okay leaving him back there. A few more seconds, tick off the clock. 3-goal lead here for the Mooseheads. Minute 15 to go in the game. Picked off by Albertshausen, way up ahead of the place. Burke, how's the new stick? He'll pass, get a return feed, bouncing puck. Never did get a shot. Maybe now, though. Back to Albertshausen. Halifax still thinking offense. Now they'll have to get back. Dangerous 2-on-1. Leipzig going to the front of the net. Riley the toe drag, and well played by Captain Trey Lewis.
Going on behind the play. Burke and Pouliot swinging at one another now. Ashley comes over. Pouliot grabs hold of him. And Ric Flair start along the ice. You hear it from both benches, and these teams still jabbing at one another. Iverson talking to Anders. He's one tough character.
Well, 7-4, 11 goals, but our save of the game is brought to you by MasterCard. Proud to sponsor the MasterCard Memorial Cup, North America's toughest championship.
41 shots fired the way of Zachary Fucale to this point in the game. And here is one of his finer moments as Nick Batan comes cutting through that defense, is able to get the forehand on it, and he throws the blocker at it, does Fucale. But I think when you look at a goaltender, it's not always about the number of saves. It's more about when you make them. And when it was 3-1 for Portland, a couple of good saves by Fucale just gave his team the confidence it needed. And they knew if they kept it within 2 goals, they'd have the opportunity to come back and use that offense, that high-powered offense. I think the complexion of the game changes if it gets to 4-1 at that point.
That's a great point, Sam. Fucale was out talking to his defenseman. He thinks the game, too. He's back there, had a little advice for his D-men. 4-on-4, not much time to go. 45.8 seconds remaining in the game.
Number 51,
John McPherson, number 6 out there for Portland. I believe that's his first shift of the game. Brendan Duke spins away from Bjorkstrand, gets it ahead to Boudreau. Matt Murphy gets to the line. Ashley couldn't hold up, though. Down to 28.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, Murphy's an interesting story. Acquired from Val-d'Or, and a guy who, when you go back to last year, was highly set up for this year's National Hockey League draft. He has slipped now into the rankings, has Murphy, to 114 in National Hockey League Central Scouting rankings. But there is a lot of tools to work with. This guy's got good size. He shoots the puck well. He's a good skater. And I think the one area of his game that's a little behind right now and needs to be developed is just that hockey sense.
Taylor Lear, stick handling at center. Ciampini got it from him and then bumps into McPherson. Rutkowski. Head to Peters. A blow over aces to Portland. Peters tries to make a spin move. Final few seconds. A lot of Halifax fans here at Credit Union Center, and they cheer the Mooseheads to the team's first victory of the 2013 MasterCard Memorial.